Well, howdy gang, Jeff from G's Gear here with a very cool, very rare Harmony guitar. This is a Harmony H1264 Jet Set. It's from 1972 as the original Harmony company was fading off into the sunset. This is one of the Sovereign lines of guitars, and the Sovereign we're used to seeing all the time, the H1260, had ended its production, I think, in '71. And it was replaced essentially with the same guitar, but with some different appointments. And so occasionally you would see guitars with sunburst finishes, multiple pick guards, black finishes. In this case, with a pin-through bridge. I believe they may have even made some guitars with X bracing. I've not seen them yet, but they may be out there. But this one was called the Jet Set, and it's essentially the Harmony Sovereign, the same H1260 body, with a spruce top, solid spruce, but with birch back and sides, but everything is finished in a jet black. And it came out, I think, for just 1 year, or maybe for 2, in and around 1972. This one's in really great shape. It's had a lot of work done to it to make it so. It came into the shop needing, well, it needed quite a lot. Let's see where we can start. It has had a full neck reset, neck off, neck profile readjusted, shimmed, properly put back on. It had to have some braces put in around the sound hole. We used them in a V-brace pattern, so in a sense, this is a ladder-braced guitar. We have ladders that run in a number of places here to brace the top, and that's as opposed to what we often see today, or most often see today, an X-braced guitar. What we do when they come into the shop is we look to see if the top is suffering as a result of that ladder bracing. And over time they can. They don't always, but they can. When they do, it most often shows up on either side of the sound hole where it dips in. And if the sound hole area of the top dips in, the neck block rotates backward and the action comes up. So doing a neck reset by itself won't solve the problem. You have to fix the area of the sound hole. We do that by putting in V-braces that really look like a larger X-brace just on this side of the ladder. And that gives the top some rigidity there and keeps our neck reset and keeps the top, everything in line. This guitar also had a very pronounced belly in it, which we took out by adding some bracing between the final 2 ladders back here. And that bracing was done to take the stress of the tension from the edges essentially of the run of the strings here, and in a V-braced kind of a way, we started interior to that, moved out even with it, and then moved out beyond it. And that has helped us to bring the top down and get that stable. For good measure, we added a bridge doctor, which is only lightly employed at this point. But the action is quick. This thing is under 3/32 of an inch. Actually, it's right at it. Say it's right at 3/32 of an inch on the low E and 1/16 of an inch on the high E. It plays without buzzing or fretting out anywhere up and down the neck. We took out and disposed of the adjustable saddle. If you watch these videos, and you've seen other videos I've done, some guitars from the 1970s in particular came with an adjustable bridge saddle where you had 2 thumb wheels and they would raise or lower the bridge. You don't see that on guitars anymore because it was a bad idea. As soon as you raise that bridge, the saddle no longer has any connection to the top of the guitar, and all of your vibration of strings is transferred only through those 2 end pins, and it just was a tone killer. So we got rid of that, and we've replaced it with a properly intonated and arched for the radius of the guitar, which is a 12-inch radius, a tusk saddle here. The frets have been crowned and leveled. Both pick guards were loose. They've been reattached. We made a new truss rod cover for it. It had no truss rod cover. And that's pretty much the extent of it. But it plays like a dream, and a great fingerstyle guitar, great guitar for driving the rhythm of a band. We'll play something with a flat pick here to give you a sense of that. Just like other Harmony Sovereigns, it's got a big, round bottom end. It's got a clear treble without being shrill, and it's got great sustain. It's a little different from, say, an H1260 because it doesn't have the mahogany back and sides. It's got birch back and sides. To my ear, this guitar has a little softer, a little more mellow tonality about it than an H1260 would have. The mahogany is a bit harder. It results in a somewhat brighter, crisper tone. This is a much more easygoing folk guitar kind of a sound. Be great for folk, for blues, for country blues, and it's just a really cool guitar to look at. I think I really like it. It's got some nicks and dings. It is from '72, so that's whatever that is, 54 years ago. That's a long time. It's had some touch-ups to the finish in places. From any kind of a respectable viewing distance, 4 or 5 feet, it looks great. It looks great in the photographs on the website. All the bindings are perfect. The caps are fine. The tuners are original. Everything else about the guitar is original, with the exception really of that tusk saddle and the fact that it's had a neck reset. But it plays like an electric guitar. It really has a fast, clean action to it. Let's take it, this will be a little bit more boring, it's not musical, but we'll just play up and down the fretboard just so you can hear it ring out. Yeah, I missed one. buzzing, no fretting out, all up and down the fretboard, everything clean. Harmony Jet Set H1264 from 1972. You really don't see too many of them. So come check it out. It's available right now at G's Gear. Don't know how long it'll last. This video will be up probably forever. But we always have a lot of cool guitars there. We specialize in American-made acoustic and electric guitars from the heyday of American guitar making, from the 40s through the 1970s or so. And every once in a while something more recent. Every once in a while we get something off the wall too. So there's always some cool stuff there. We also sell saxophones and flutes and violins and what have you. So check us out, G's Gear at reverb.com. We'll see you soon.